Hey, what's up guys, I'm Alex, and today this is my 2022 in the bag. Let's get into it. So first, the bag itself is the Mission Rig hand dye bag. This is a really nice bag, has tons of pockets and storage in it, feels great in the back. By the way, I will make a video on how to assemble one of these things because I have been having a lot of questions on how to assemble these things. So yeah, I'm gonna make a video on that soon, so stay tuned for that. All right, so let's get into the disc. Starting with the main putter itself, I love the Prime Judge. As you can tell, these are pretty worn in. The Judge itself, I like the bead on the bottom, really nice. Plus, it's very glidey for being a beaded putter, which is also nice. Prime plastic feels great in the hand in all conditions, for the most part, unless it's like 100 degrees, then I'll probably go to Classic Hard or something. But yeah, these are amazing. For my throwing putters, I like a soft Judge. As you can tell, it's pretty warped and beat in, but I like this for when I need an upshot on like a backhand or forehand that just needs to stick on the ground beside the basket so it'll not move, especially if it's like on like a slope or something. Or I'm looking for like a floaty turnover putter shot on both forehands and backhands. Yeah, this is a really versatile disc. Two more Judges. I got both in Fusion. This one's pretty straight, pretty beat in. I can trust it to go, just straight on backhands. I don't really forehand these, even though what's funny is I actually have a forehand ace with this disc, even though I don't ever forehand this disc. This one's is a bit more stable. I actually just put this in the bag. This is actually one of the older runs too. This one is surprisingly stable because I can just put a little anhyzer on it and it'll come up the flat and the hyzer. My last two are the Harp. I'm not sure if this is like a putter or not. I'd probably consider it as like a approach disc if it's like its own category. But I got one in BT Hard, one in VIP. The VIP I like for overstable backhand shots. Something I need to get to the ground. Like a Justice, but not as stable or not as, well, I would say not as far, but the Justice don't go far. This Harp I like for forehands. I like it a lot for flex forehands, hyzer forehands, flat forehands, just any forehand. It's a great disc to have. So the biggest change in my bag is actually my mid-ranges, which is the Warship. I used to throw truths and stuff like that, but I was kind of looking for something that can just trust it more in a hyzer angle, since I do throw a lot of hyzers. These definitely did the job for me. This one's my oldest one, most beat in. This one I can hyzer flip with the flat. Sometimes I can get it the turn. By the way, all these are in VIP plastic, but this one pretty nice. And then I have this one, which is actually very identical. Well, the run is very identical, I think, very similar run, but this one's brand new, so it's gonna have a pretty stable finish at the end, throwing it somewhat flat. And then this one's kind of an in-betweener. This is a special edition. Shout out to Macie Dickerson for this one. Thank you for this disc. This one's kind of like an in-betweener between that stability, but I like this one a lot as well. One disc that I think everyone should always bag at all times is a Justice, but not only that, a Macie Velediaz Justice. These things are super overstable. They fly good. I like the plastic. As you can tell, very pretty as well. This is a Lucid ice plastic. But also, shout out to Macie Velediaz for being one of the best people on the planet. Go check one out in the down at this store. Link in the description. Onto the fairways, I have a Lucid X Maverick and a Lucid Vandal. I actually carry two different molds for Understable Fairway shots because these particular do different things. I like the Vandal for more forehands. I like the Maverick for backhands. I finally got my first Vandal ace the other day. This thing is really nice. Just throwing it on hyzer flips, get the flip up to flat, let it go straight. It's really nice. And the Maverick, shout out to Zach Melton for also being a cool dude. This thing is unbelievable. I like the 2019 runs the best because I like how flat they are, and the Lucid X plastic again just feels amazing in the hand. But I can get this to hyzer flip to flat and backhands. It just goes dead straight. I can get the hole a little bit, some slow turnover shots. But yeah, those are my flippy fairways. A couple more fairways for backhands at least is the Evaders. I actually love the Evader. I used to bag the Explorer a lot, but ever since the first run Evaders came out, specifically these they're kind of hybridish plastic. These things are so straight. They definitely got a little bit of dome to them, as you can see on the flight plate. But I really like these. I like this, specifically like this run the best because they feel good, they fly good, and they go super straight. Specifically this one, and also this one, which is a little bit more stable. Trust a little more on the wind. But yeah, onto the best disc ever. It's called the Felon. Carry 2 at the moment. I usually carry like 3, 4, but these 2 kind of just does the job for me. I actually had this one in the bag for a long time, aced with it, put it in the rack, put a Fusion X one in, and then started getting hot again outside, so I put the Lucid X back in, and this disc does not disappoint. I love the plastic, love the feel. This one is just as overstable as it was brand new. If you haven't got a Felon, well, an Overstable Felon, highly recommend it. The best run of Felon is the Fusion Orbit Felon. This thing is really nice, has a nice feel, goes pretty straight than hyzers. I like this a lot for forehands in the woods, so I can trust it throwing it flat. Yeah, definitely pick one of these up too. So getting into the faster stuff, we have the Lucid Sergeants. These are one of the most underrated discs from Dynamic Disc. Why? Is because these things, you can do anything you want. Once these things beat in, they go super straight, at least for me anyway. My brother, he got me into these, and they don't disappoint. I love these. What's funny is that the glide says 4, but honestly it has like a glide of 5. Once these beat in, like again, they just go straight. I mean, you can hyzer flip them in the woods. I like them for both backhands and forehands. Super versatile. And yeah, definitely pick one of these up. Here is a Grace. This one's really understable, very beat in. I actually throw this for rollers, for distance rollers. I can just put it on a pretty good anhyzer angle backhand and get it to go flat and just go straight for a long period of time, and then eventually it will just cut. These brand new are pretty stable, but when they beat in, they get beat in, but this is a good disc. Last but certainly not least is the Rives. I carry 5 Rives here, starting off with my more understable ones. I carry these 2. These 2 are pretty understable, but not, well, for a Rive at least, they're still pretty stable. You can put them on hyzer, they'll get the flat and they'll actually turn a little bit, but then they'll hyzer out. Good for forehands as well, distance forehands. Really good for controlled shots. That's one thing I love about the Rive, is not only you can get a lot of distance with them, but you can get a lot of control with them as well. And then one that's a little bit more stable is a newer version of just a stock stamp. This one's really nice. I like this one a lot. This is probably my main one at the moment because it don't have the extra turn it has compared to these 2 when you throw them on hyzer. This one, just throw out hyzer and it'll flip the flat. But instead of turning, it'll just hold it straight and then push left. And 2 more I have is the Orbit Rives. These are really nice. I figured it, well, I needed a stable driver in the wind, so I got me some Orbit ones. They're pretty stable. I can actually force an anhyzer on these, and they'll actually pan out flat and then hyzer. They're both very similar. One's actually flatter than the other. I don't know if you can tell on camera, but definitely worth checking these out. But yeah, that's what's in my bag for this season. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Go ahead and subscribe if you're new, and click the bell so you can get notified for all the videos I upload. Like the video and comment on what your thoughts are on my in the bag. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching.